Welcome back to Oldschool Runescape Explained. My name is Vizela, and today we're going to be talking about Recliym's Balm, the only potion in Oldschool Runescape that can cure disease. First off, let's go over how to create Recliym's Balm. Firstly, you need level 8 herb lore, and you need to have completed the Azoga Flesh Eaters quest up to the point where an NPC called Siphic Ents explains to the player how to create this potion, as well as brutal arrows. You can find Siphic Ents in the city of Yanor, and you can start Azoga Flesh Eaters by talking to Grish, who can be found south of Castle Walls in the Ogre burial site Jagex. In order to create a Recliym's Balm, a player must have a vial of water in their inventory, as well as snakeweed and rogue's purse. First, the player must add the rogue's purse to the vial of water, which will create an unfinished potion. Next, the player must then add snakeweed to the unfinished potion, and this will create the Recliym's Balm. The ingredients for Recliym's Balm can be found on the island of Recliym. In the southwest, from the Tai-Bai One-Eye village, players can find marshy vines, which, when searched, will allow the player to find grimy snakeweed. You can clean the grimy snakeweed by left-clicking on it, and you will gain a little herbal experience for cleaning the herb, and you will need a clean snakeweed if you want to create the Recliym's Balm. The next ingredient can be found inside a cave located northeast of the Tai-Bai One-Eye village. Players will have to navigate a peninsula which leads into the cave entrance, and must be careful to avoid the harpy bug swarms if they are a low level player. Inside the cave, you will also find Jogos, which will become aggressive if you are a low combat level. You can find Rogue Purse inside the cave by searching the walls, much like how you have to search the marshy vines to find the snakeweed. It should be important to note that the higher your herb lore level is, the quicker it will be for your character to find both snakeweed and rogue's purse from their respective locations. Both of these herbs are also untradeable, and so players will not be able to buy them from other players or on the Grand Exchange. Searching for both herbs and Recliym is also the fastest way of obtaining them as well. Players can kill Jogos or Tribesmen, as they can drop snakeweed, and rogue's purse can be obtained during the Shades of Morton quest, but it would still be much quicker to search for them manually, even if your herb lore level is low. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, Recliym's Balm's primary purpose is to cure disease. Disease is a status effect which can be caused by any monster found inside the crypts of Jagex, as well as fever spiders. It can also be caused by failing to pick the lock on a Zoga coffin. When a player is diseased, they will begin to experience their stats draining every minute or so. Disease can drain the stats in any skill, including hit points, but it will only drain them every minute, and it will take another minute for that stat to recover normally. This means that if a player is diseased for a long time, then it can potentially take a long time for a stat to recover to its normal level if it became affected by disease. Players can cure themselves of disease by taking multiple doses of Recliym's Balm. This potion does not outright cure disease on the first sip, unlike anti-poison potion, which cures poison once it has been sipped. Unlike anti-poison potions as well, the Recliym's Balm does not provide immunity to disease once it has been taken. This means that even if you have taken some Recliym's Balm, you can still become infected by disease even if you've just taken a sip of your potion beforehand. Despite the fact that Recliym's Balm does not provide immunity to disease, and the player can become infected again after taking it, it is the only potion in the game that can cure disease. There is another potion, which I've already covered in another episode of Oldschool Runescape Explained, called Samfu Serum, and when this is taken by the player, it will provide immunity from disease for a certain amount of time. However, Samfu Serums can be quite expensive. There is another piece of jewelry called the Inoculation Bracelet, which can be helpful with disease. The Inoculation Bracelet is an enchanted version of a ruby bracelet, and when worn, it will protect the wearer from 275 disease damage. When wearing an Inoculation Bracelet, a player can still become infected by disease, but the damage taken to your stats and hit points will be reduced to 0 when the bracelet is worn. Right-clicking the bracelet will tell the player how much protection it will provide them, and when it becomes depleted, the bracelet will turn into dust. It is then possible to wear an Inoculation Bracelet, which will negate damage from disease, whilst having Recliym's Balm in the player's inventory. Players can take the potion when they realise they are diseased, and so the bracelet may last long enough for them to complete the Zogo's Flesh Eater's quest, or survive longer against NPCs, which can infect them. Recliym's Balm may also be used during the Tie by One Eye cleanup minigame. This minigame is unlocked through the completion of the Jungle Potion quest. During the minigame, as the player is hacking away at jungle, it is possible to spawn Broodoo victims. These NPCs are very resistant to conventional weaponry, and can hit hard on players who are low leveled. However, players can use Recliym's Balm on them, which can deal up to 25 damage on a Broodoo victim, which is the fastest and most effective way of killing these NPCs. Killing Broodoo victims is one of the several tasks which can increase a player's reputation in the Tie by One Eye cleanup minigame, and so it may be useful to bring Recliym's Balm with them when they are playing it. That being said, the Recliym's Balm will only be effective against orange Broodoo victims. If you are playing the Tie by One Eye cleanup minigame, and a Broodoo victim spawns that isn't an orange Broodoo victim, then the Recliym's Balm cannot be used on that Broodoo victim. Did you also know that if you use a Recliym's Balm on an orange Broodoo victim, you will receive Herblore experience? For every damage dealt on an orange Broodoo victim when using Recliym's Balm on it, you will receive double the Herblore experience of every hit. For example, if you were to use this potion on an orange Broodoo victim and hit a 25, then you will receive 50 Herblore experience. If making Recliym's Balm isn't your cup of tea, and you want to be able to buy it, then you can trade other players who are selling it, or you can make an offer on the Grand Exchange to see if other players are selling it on there. However, Recliym's Balm isn't well traded by other players due to its niche use, and so players might have better luck buying some at Yugalug Stuffies. Yugalug Stuffies is a store located south of Castle Wars, and is owned by an ogre called Yugalug Nar. Players must sell him either a 3 or 4 dose of Recliym's Balm in order to unlock his store permanently. Once unlocked, a player can purchase Recliym's Balm and many other items found in the store, including brutal arrows, which are useful in killing many of the NPCs found in Jagex. And that, my friends, was everything you needed to know about Recliym's Balm. My name is Vizela, the narrator and editor behind this video essay about Recliym's Balm. And if you enjoyed this episode of Oldschool Runescape Explained, then why not subscribe to my channel for future installments. You can also find my other Oldschool Runescape Explained videos in a playlist that I've created, where you can also find out more about Santhru Serums, the only potion in the game which provides immunity to disease. If you would like to see more video essays about Oldschool Runescape, then please tell me what subject you would like me to cover in my next explained video down below in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to feature your suggestions in my next explained video.